I want to welcome all of you here and to be able to be joined by leaders from large urban counties throughout the country and the chairman of the large urban county caucus, Burrell Ellis, who is here to my right. I want to recognize the vice chairman of the Congressional Urban Caucus, the former mayor of Dayton, Ohio, and my colleague and friend Mike Turner, who's here with me, and you'll hear from him in a minute. I am Congressman Shaka Fattah from Philadelphia. I chair the Urban Caucus in the Congress, 60 members, bipartisan group. Our number one priority has been working through the funding and the implementation of the energy efficiency block grant. And we've had no better partner than the Large Urban Counties Caucus, and I want to thank the leadership of this great group, both Commissioner Ellis and all of his colleagues. Now we're here today to celebrate the good news. We have obviously major success in the stimulus appropriations bill, billions of dollars, plus billion appropriated for energy efficiency block grant. We were happy with the early success we had in last year's appropriation cycle. We're embarking now on the energy and water appropriations bill. We have Secretary Chu testifying minutes from now. And we hope to hear from the administration their continued enthusiastic support for the energy block grant as we move forward, as these programs get rolled out. But we're here to show that there's support throughout the country. And not to offend anyone, but in the New York Times today, great story about creative programs being funded through the block grant all over the country. And this is what we really want to have, is a innovative process in which the best practices and the best ideas come to the forefront, and that decisions are made at the local level. And we want to make sure that these large counties, large urban counties, are full partners at the table, and that as we implement this program, that their advice is consistently invited and adhered to. And this appropriations effort, we intend to move as aggressively as we can within the allocation to move towards fully funding what is the authorized level of this community development block grant. Now that's at the outward marker, $2 billion. We know that there's going to be a lot of work between here and that number, but we know that energy independence and energy conservation go hand in hand. That's why we're here today. I want to welcome all of you, and I want to invite my colleague, because this is a bipartisan caucus, and we've been working hand in hand, and I could not have a better partner than Congressman Mike Turner. So I invite him to the microphone to say a few words.
Thank you. Well, I want to thank our chairman, Shaka Fattah, for his leadership in the Urban Caucus, and thank the counties for their focus. You know, our urban counties are such an economic development engine for our country. And as we look to the needs for them to have economic development tools and investment, the EECBG grant is certainly important in looking for energy efficiencies and ways to spur investment that can help us leverage the job creation potential in our urban counties. They have so many issues and challenges, as they also have so many opportunities for economic development and contribution to our economy. This is a way for us to make a difference, to invest in them for a great return. There are not very many sources of funding that urban counties can look to, both for economic development tools and for energy efficiency tools. This is an opportunity for us to play a role, to bring dollars to the table, to help them in what is an important national goal as they achieve it for us on a local level. And also, we want to thank you, because we know that on the local level, so many things happen with the leadership that is there. You struggle and achieve so many things that make a difference for our country. Thank you for being here to have your voice heard on this important program. And thank our chairman again. Thank you.
Now, he's a partner in a major law firm. He's the CEO of DeKalb County, but he leads an impressive group of leaders from large urban counties from across the country. All of this is because he was educated in Philadelphia at the University of Pennsylvania. And I want to welcome Burrell Ellis again to the microphone and thank him for the leadership that he's providing in Georgia, but throughout our country in his role as leading the largest group of urban counties in our country.
Thank you.
Well,
thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Chairman Fattah. Thank you, Representative Turner. Thank you, everybody here. I want to acknowledge Eileen Lieberman, who is also Vice Chair of the Large Urban County Caucus. Peter McLaughlin is standing here, who is Vice Chair of the Large Urban County Caucus. Eric Coleman, immediate past President of NACo. I think the key word for the day is partnership. And you'll notice that members of the Large Urban Caucus are all wearing this pin that says, restore the partnership. And that's what's being reflected today, a partnership with the Congressional Urban Caucus and the Large Urban County Caucus. I'm Burl Ellis. I'm Chief Executive Officer of DeKalb County, Georgia, Chair of the caucus. I'm pleased to join my colleagues from urban counties throughout the country and members of the Congressional Urban Caucus in support of the Energy Efficiency and Conservation Block Grant Program this morning. Today marks a year that LUCC and the CUC began this formal partnership to address the very real challenges in our metropolitan counties. Collaboratively, we hope to foster development and support continued investment in our nation's urban centers. On December 19, 2007, President Bush signed into law the Energy Independence and Security Act, H.R. 6. H.R. 6 included a new grant program for state and local governments called the Energy Efficiency and Conservation Block Grant Program, administered through the Department of Energy. The program authorized $2 billion annually over 5 years to assist primarily metropolitan communities in implementing energy efficiency and conservation strategies. In 2009, the Energy Efficiency and Conservation Block Grant Program was funded for the first time in the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act at $3.2 billion. While this funding was a vital first step in helping local governments reduce greenhouse gases and energy consumption, more must be done. By investing and believing in local governments, the federal government sent a clear message that local governments can play a significant role in protecting our environment and in conserving energy. As counties, we can prove that the Energy Efficiency and Conservation Block Grant Program is a worthwhile investment of federal money. The money will be well used in a proactive way while bringing opportunity to our counties. Even more importantly, this is a partnership between federal, state, and local government. Only by working together can we cohesively achieve the goals set forth in the Energy Efficiency and Conservation Block Grant Program. Right now, our counties are looking where the money is most needed. If money continues to come in, this should lead to more visionary concepts, pushing us leaps and bounds forward into a brighter future. So today, we stand in unison and urge full funding in the authorized amount of $2 billion for the Energy Efficiency and Conservation Block Grant Program in the appropriation cycle. Counties continue to be on the front line in reducing our greenhouse gases and energy consumption through a variety of methods. However, because of tight fiscal budgets, counties can only do so much. The EECBG program changes all of that. We thank members of Congress for enacting this program and ask you to continue to make an investment in local governments by funding this program. Not only will it help local governments make much needed energy efficiency changes while saving our taxpayers money, in the long run, it will also protect the health, safety, and well-being of all of our constituents. I thank you for your time today.